Hello and welcome back to SF, a Giants recap. And the Giants, they sweep the Astros today, beating them 6-3 thanks to the long ball. And so that's what we're going to go over in today's recap. Make sure to subscribe and like if you do end up enjoying. Sorry, this recap is coming later. I had to work. But the Giants offense today, Wilmer Flores, he comes through again. He has been crushing the ball. I think that's his fourth home run of the year. He got the scoring started with that two-run homer. Then Luis Matos, he hit a homer. They had to review it. It did go over the yellow line. He got the scoring up even more. And then Elliot Ramos, he doubled to score two. And then later in the game, Lamont Wade Jr. started his bat up because he's been struggling a lot this year. And he hit a homer, pinch hitting. I think that's a great spot for Wade to come in to pinch hit and get started with the home run to make it 6-3 at the time. So the Giants, they did get the win. A few of the bad parts that we unfortunately have to go over. The strikeouts. 16 strikeouts from the offense. The number is not good, and it's been that way a lot this year so far. Giants really need to get that number down. Maintain the ability to put the ball in play. Not everything has to be a home run. I mean, we're winning off of home runs, but that doesn't last the whole year. You have to get the stolen bases, the bunts, the sac flies, the contact hitting. You have to have that in play in order to be a great team over the whole year. And lately, the Giants haven't been able to do that. So I think that the strikeout numbers need to go down in order for the Giants to actually be competitive for the whole year. But that's not too big a worry right now because we are winning. So it's not like it's going to affect for the next week. But over the season, we need to get that strikeout number down. For today's pitching, though, we saw some good things. Landon Roop, 8 strikeouts. He had that curveball working. He was doing everything really well. Unfortunately, he did only go 4 innings because he started to kind of lose command. He wasn't able to locate his pitches. He's kind of trying to be a little bit too picky with how aggressive he is. And I think that came back to bite him because there was a couple walks and then there's an error which scored a run. Just things like that hurt Landon Roop because he was dominating. Like you guys see, 8 strikeouts. But when he goes out there and you're up by 5, this is the thing I don't get. You're up by 5. All you have to do is attack the zone. If they hit a solo shot, it's 5-1. But you have to attack the zone. The thing that's going to hurt you is walks, pitching around to where you have to go in, and then they're expecting it. If you just attack the zone, I'd say 8 times, 9 times out of 10, you're going to win that battle. And Landon Roop was a little too hesitant to go at the batters and ended up biting him in the butt, giving up the 3 runs, the 4 walks. He was a little bit too lenient about that. Just be aggressive. You're up 5-0, attack the zone, be confident with your curveball. That's when things get messy, is when you're not and you try to be a little bit too fancy, go outside too much, go inside, and that's what happens. So Landon Roop, I think he'll learn from that, and so will the Giants pitching staff and coaching staff learn from that, is to just attack. You're up 5-0, attack the zone. If they start getting a few hits, then you can kind of be a little more cautious about what you do. They can always bring in the bullpen pitcher, but I think that the Giants starting pitching needs to attack the zone if you're ahead. Now, if the game's tied, then you can keep playing around and stuff, but if you're ahead 5 runs, attack the zone. The worst that's going to happen is a solo shot in that scenario, and then you can kind of recoup, but I feel like that's what got to Landon Roop today. The rest of the bullpen, though, dominant. Randy Rodriguez, he came in, had a nice clean inning, getting 2 strikeouts. We saw Hayden Birdsong, he came in, he got 2 strikeouts, pitched really well for 2 innings. Tyler Rogers, he had a nice inning, getting 2 strikeouts as well. And then Camilo Duvall, he came in and got the save. So overall, the bullpen looks phenomenal today. Hayden Birdsong helped us out with getting 2 innings in relief to then save the bullpen. We have a day off tomorrow and then the home opener on Friday. So now the pitching should be saved up and we're going to have enough guys to then go at the Mariners with full health and can full strength to hopefully get another series win, because that's what the Giants really need. We won the series against the Reds, swept the Astros, now on to the Mariners. If you take advantage of this streak right here of we have the momentum, these teams that we're playing are kind of still in the rut, trying to figure things out. if we take advantage of it, the Giants, they could easily be 8-1, 7-2, something like that, where we're competitive, we're one of the best in the league, and can keep that momentum up. And then later in the season, if something goes wrong, we have a bunch of games to spare, and you can kind of play more cautious with injury wise and with how much or how frequent you're using pitchers. Guys like Justin Verlander, you can kind of cut down a little bit and conserve their pitch count. Same with Jordan Hicks. I think that it'll be crucial for the Giants to get ahead now. I think that this month of April can be huge for gaining confidence, seeing where we're at, getting a bunch of wins, because this is going to be, I feel like, our month to take advantage of to then cruise through the season. But if we hit some hiccups, it's not going to be good. So we'll see what will happen, though. The Giants, they're doing really well right now, 5-1, and unfortunately the Padres and Dodgers are still undefeated, but 5-1 is not bad at all. So I'll see you next time for a new SF at Giants Recap video.